Well, with the Supreme Court putting the onus on Parliament to decide on the issue, the political community's role has become crucial to bringing about any legislation.
Senior leaders, in fact, acknowledge that the Parliament is the final body for making changes in legislation and will follow the procedures laid down in law.
The Supreme Court, whenever it renders a judgment or it gives an order, there is always very deep consideration to the issues involved, and it is inappropriate to react to a Supreme Court judgment off the bat. The judgment would need to be studied, it would need to be understood, it would need to be internalized, and if at all that there is something Parliament needs to do in this matter, Parliament would definitely look into it. If I recall correctly, when Mr. Moily was the law minister, possibly in 2009 or 2010, he is on record stating that Section 377 of the Indian Penal Code deserves to be decriminalized. So therefore, there is a point of view within this government, but obviously it is caveated and circumscribed by the judgment which has now been rendered by the Honorable Supreme Court. And after studying the judgment, going into all aspects of the decision, if at all there is any action which is warranted, government would always try and step up to the plate.
See, it's the Supreme Court's prerogative under the Constitution to test the constitutionality of a law. They are exercising their prerogative. We have the prerogative to make laws. We shall exercise our prerogative. Legislature is the final arbiter of what that law should be. I am not going to, extend my comment beyond that. It is not proper for me to comment on the positions a judge takes in one matter or another matter.
How soon do you think the Parliament will take it up, Mr. Subramanian?
Right?
How soon do you think the Parliament should take this up?
Well, if Parliament runs, we shall take it up.
But there are those who believe that the Apex Court should have taken a decision in the matter. Additional Solicitor General Indira Jaising and former Attorney General Soli Sorabji saying that the Supreme Court should not have passed the onus on to Parliament.
Actually, the judgment also shows a little bit of intolerance of the rights and sensitivities of gay people. Also, it has such a traditional thinking, I think. All that the High Court did was don't make it criminal. And there are conditions between adults, 18 years of age, and if they have this activity in private. There's a question of orientation. And how do you, and we know what happens once if it's criminalized. The police blackmail these people. They are under a tremendous strain. I think it's a very, very disappointed. Our Supreme Court has given a judgment which I think is a retrograde judgment.
First, let me tell you, this is not a cause that I have long championed. And let me tell you why I'm here today. I see my role as Additional Solicitor General in upholding the values of the Constitution. If I'm here to comment on the judgment, it is because I believe that this judgment goes counter to the values of the Constitution of India. I believe that this was a historic opportunity to interpret Article 21, but what the judgment has done, it's actually kind of almost deleted Article 21 from the Constitution of India. So I have a role to play over here in my capacity as Additional Solicitor General.
You're making a very valid point. The Delhi High Court had written an impeccably worded judgment in 2009. Today we are to go through the nuances of the findings of the Supreme Court. But prima facie it seems that we have been put back to a position which existed prior to 2009. Would you agree?
I think it's actually worse because it has the imprimatur of the Supreme Court of India, which is the highest court in the country. So let me come back to the issue. What I fail to understand about this judgment is the reference to saying the matter should be decided by Parliament. And as an observer of the court for the last 5 years, I have actually welcomed the intervention of the court in different domains. And what surprises me is the kind of double standards over here that when it comes to issues of human rights, we are being told to go back to the Constitution, but to the Parliament, but the Supreme Court is the interpreter of human rights. And that is why I think we needed a judgment.